Chiefs and the Saints in what is pretty much the only good game of the week. Like this is a garbage week in the NFL as far as matchups. Thank goodness there's betting, because if there wasn't, this would be a week that a lot of people would be taking off. The lowest spread of the week as well. It is now down to 2.5 in some
Breeze
spots.
is in, by the way.
Yeah, Breeze is going to play for the Saints, which is quite interesting. Did anything come out about Michael Thomas though? Because he missed practice on Thursday, which was not part of his typical routine, which I think is a little interesting in that. But 2.5 or 3 right now favored are the Chiefs, a total of 52.5 in this one. Brad, when we look at this Chiefs team, don't get me wrong, they're amazing, but they're really only amazing at one thing, but they're just so good at it that they continue to win games. But they're really, really, really good at passing the ball. And then outside of that, the rest of this team, they can't run. The defense is only okay. They don't really get a lot of, there are a lot of warts on this team, but it almost gets overlooked because of the Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce factor. But outside of passing the ball, this is kind of a middle of the road team. So I understand. I think a lot of people probably would be looking at that spread going, how in the hell are they only a 2.5 or 3 point favorite over this Saints team? And it's because, well, one bad game passing the ball, and I think this Chiefs team is a little vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, it just so happens the thing they're best at is the most important thing in the modern NFL. So they're good, but they could be missing their top 3 tackles this week. Eric Fisher, Mike Rummers, both didn't practice, and obviously right tackle Mitchell Schwartz is already on injured reserve. So that could be big because the Saints are good up front. They've got 3 good pass rushers, and they can cover behind it as well. So that's a bit of an unknown, because if, like earlier in the year, I thought the Chiefs wouldn't be able to block the Ravens, but they did so much motion, so much window dressing, so many trick plays that it kind of didn't matter. And I wonder, this is kind of a test of how good is Reed. If they literally can't block the Saints, which I think is a realistic chance because they're going to have an undrafted rookie and a guy who's never played a snap potentially at both tackles against a good pass rush. Like, how good is Mahomes? How good is Reed? And I don't really know the answer. And then on the other side, Breeze, I think is arguably a downgrade. Like, how good is he going to be off a month of no practice with, like, he had 11 broken ribs, and that was about, 4 weeks ago? Yeah, punctured lung. He's old. He's 42, I think, 43. So a good few hits on him as well could make a big difference here. That offense is so based on rhythm that surely if he's not crisp, then it's going to slow down as well. So maybe the under is worth a look as well. Obviously, there's a lot of late breaking stuff going on here, literally in the last half hour, Breeze playing. So I haven't bet it, and I don't have a strong opinion yet, but there could be issues for both offenses.
So, Brett, I laid the 3 with the Chiefs in this situation. Again, I didn't think Breeze was going to play. I don't think it changes my opinion all that much on how this game is going to play out. At the end of the day, this Saints offense is a little clunky as well, right? Like they, with Breeze back under center, it also changes a whole lot of what they do, right? I mean, this is going to be now. So now Alvin Kamara becomes relevant again. And like all of the dump offs, all the underneath stuff, all of those different things. Of course, Breeze hasn't really played this season with a fully healthy team either. He's either had Michael Thomas out or Emmanuel Sanders out or whatever. So like he hasn't really manned this version of this offense either. So I don't know if just out of the gate, they're going to come out just firing on all cylinders here, if we're being perfectly honest. I mean, it's been a long time since he's played. The dude has had 11 friggin' broken ribs. I mean, like at 41 years old. And again, like he hasn't played with this version of this offense this year. There hasn't been a time where Kamara and Thomas and Sanders and all of them were all healthy at the same time. So I don't I don't know, man. I laid the 3 with Kansas City when it opened, when I thought I was getting Taysom Hill. And even with getting this news that Brees is going to start, doesn't really change my opinion all that much. I think Kansas City just outscores them in this game.
Yeah, I would actually like the Saints more in this matchup with Taysom at quarterback because 1, you're getting a better number, and 2, you're facing a KC team that does not defend the run well. Like the Chiefs built this defense to stop a Drew Brees offense, not stop a Taysom Hill offense. So I think if Taysom's under center, that gives the Saints an advantage. So I wonder how much Taysom we do see in this matchup, because they have been pretty efficient with him under center, and I can see them wanting to run the football here and keep Mahomes off the field as much as possible. So I don't really know what to expect from the Saints offense. So it's hard to cap this game. The Chiefs, they get up for these big games. I mean, Mahomes is at his best in these spots where he can showcase how good he is. Although he did struggle a little bit early in last week's game. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I lean Chiefs, especially if you can get the 2.5. But I think this is one where I'm just going to sit back and watch, because it's going to be an awesome game.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And like you said, that is a good point to bring up. Just because Drew Brees is going to be active and is going to play in this game, that does not mean, especially with Taysom getting as many meaningful snaps as he has, and with we know the love affair that Sean Payton has with Taysom Hill, I imagine we probably still see a pretty healthy dose of Taysom Hill in this game as well. So something that going to be tough to handicap, because we don't really know exactly what version of everything we're going to see.